Hey everybody, it's your favorite CPA's favorite CPA, Amma the CPA, and in this video, I want to talk about how you can get the biggest tax refund of your life, right? So, before I get into the information, let me explain exactly what a tax refund is. So, if you look at your paycheck, your pay stub rather, whether you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or whatever, you look at your pay stub, you're going to notice that you get a gross amount, which is the amount that you actually earn, and then it'll have all this stuff listed: federal taxes, state taxes, Medicare, Social Security, right? Then you get paid the net. So for the federal income tax, which is what I'm talking about in this video, you'll notice that that is the largest amount that is coming out of your paycheck, right? Unless you have some other type of garnishments or something like that. But for most of us, that's the largest amount that's coming out of our paycheck. So what happens is at the end of the year, or within 13 to 16 months, actually it's more than a year, because we work all year, and then between January and April, that's when we start to file our taxes, right? So what happens is the government, well, our employer, they take that money out, which ends up being about 25 to 30% of our hard-earned money, which ends up being about 3 to 4 months out of the year, right? They take that money and then the government invests it, and they do whatever they need to do with it. They earn interest on our money. They use our money for student loans and stuff like that, or whatever they want to use it for, because they can, right? They take our money, and then at the end of the year, when we decide to file our taxes, or the next year when we file our taxes, they give it back to us. So they'll take the amount that we paid, right, minus the amount that we legally owe in taxes, because we have to pay taxes. They take the amount that we actually owe, and then the difference is the refund. And we get so excited about this refund, but it's really just our money coming back to us. So if you think about it, means again, and fund means money. So it's your money again. So we shouldn't get excited about loaning out our money for over a year to the government for free. So let me ask you guys something. If you go into a bank and you say you want to borrow some money, you need a loan, and you'll pay them back in 16 months, will they do it with no interest? Absolutely not. They're checking your credit. They want to check references. They checking how much money you make to see if you can actually even afford to pay this money back. They put you through all these hoops just so you can borrow money from them. So why don't we put the government through any hoops so they can borrow the money from us? Sometimes we act like the government is doing us a favor by giving us this refund, and they aren't giving us anything, because it's our money to begin with. So how can you get the biggest refund of your life? The way that you can get the biggest refund of your life is to not give the money to the government throughout the year. And how can you do that? You have to find yourself a tax shelter that I'm always talking about. You have to find yourself a tax shelter, and what we can do is we can adjust your tax liability throughout the year, so that so that your job does not take out so much money to the government. Now, we don't want to do this without the tax shelter, because then what will happen is you'll end up owing all this money at the end of the year, and then you'll end up in a worse situation. So we want to do this the right way, okay? Make sure you guys get a tax shelter. And then just let me give you guys an example really quickly. So if you have an extra $500 per month just from doing the tax shelter, the home-based business, you have an extra $500 every month. You invest that at a modest interest rate of 8% for about 15 years. It's $173,000. So what kind of refund is that? Now, if you get your refund every single year, how much money are you getting? How much interest are you earning? Nothing, because you're just spending it, right? You don't invest it, and even if you invest it, it's not the same as it compounding every single month. You take that same amount, you leave it in there another 15 years, it turns into over $900,000. And that is how you guys get the biggest tax refund of your life, is you do not give the money to the government every single month. If you have any questions about anything that I ever talk about in these videos, feel free to shoot me an inbox. My name is Amma the CPA, and I'm your favorite CPA's favorite CPA. I'll talk to you guys soon.